All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are doing a recent runner technical analysis video looking at STBX and EAR. Definitely not Starbucks, I'll say that much, but I am very familiar with the stock. I actually traded it myself. I don't have any money in it right now, but I'll talk about my quick stock trade on this thing, and then we'll obviously get into the technicals. But before we do anything, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages. There is one horizontal support and resistance line. Again, this one was from my old trade. And then we will look at the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe. It does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, just thank you so much for your time, okay? And then, hey, if you disagree with anything, you will not offend me. I would love to hear your opposing opinions. And hey, you very well might be right, and I would love for you to be right instead of my money be wrong and go down the toilet, right? So this is not financial advice, just some educated people sharing thoughts and ideas, okay? Okay, so let's get into it. Look, I have no idea what STBX Group does. I know it sounds a lot like Starbucks, and honestly, I saw what looked like a good move. There was definitely a whole mess of pain in this thing, and what really got me was essentially this. So this was the big candle that I put my line on. This candle was the one that eventually broke it after a few of them, right? Still over the 8 and all that, but this was the one that made me say, okay, I'm in. And then I actually did get to ride a decent amount of this. I am not 100% if my stop loss was when we lost 50% candle up here, or if it was somewhere in this where we lost and then what looked like confirmation, right? But, you know, going from 170 to 215 is not that bad. I'll tell you, I was more than happy with the trade. I considered getting back when this broke. I'm surprised I didn't have that line right there, but actually it looks like it's going to come into play to when we talk about today. But I thought about once this broke getting in somewhere here. This just broke a little too heavy for me, and I didn't want to chase, but it actually still made some good movement. But look, STBX, again, I like to do this when I zoom out. It's had a lot of pain, but it's actually done a really good job of moving above the 8 and the 20 for a pretty long time. The 50 right here definitely tries to do its job with the bounce, but yeah, eventually the moving averages were just a little too much, right? But now we're coming into the more recent one, and today was a recent runner day, right? Look, double digits on a single day are huge, right? Even if you're like 11 or 12, that's big. When you're in the like 24, 25, it's monstrous. It really, really is, okay? I know we've seen the like 50s and 60s and 80s and 100s and whatever, but yeah, this is a monster day, okay? What happened today though? Let's look at a couple things. First off, I don't like when there's this big wick. Honestly, I don't like it because I feel bad. Someone definitely bought up here at 280 and then watched it come down, right? That just kind of makes me sad in all honesty. But what I do like, what's actually really good is we only broke one moving average, okay? What that does is actually put a lot less pressure on tomorrow, okay? We can close like right here around 255, and I'd actually still be really happy. We don't need to break the 100 tomorrow, okay? And the fact that it only did one, it is good, because again, if we actually closed here, we really needed to close somewhere up here, and that's a big move. But only the 8 today is good, right? Obviously, get over the 8 is rule number 1 in my, is it worth a consideration, right? So the fact that it did it, hey, it's at least worth a consideration. But I need confirmation, right? So hopefully, like I said, give me 53, 54, give me just anything. As long as we go, what did this day? 255. As long as we can go over 255, right? It's basically the top of that. It's not letting me draw it well, because 248, sorry, not the high, the 248, and we're at 247. Nice. Literally, give me a couple pennies and I'll call it confirmation of the 8 and a good movement, okay? I could see it maybe coming down to this 238 range where the 8 moving average is, but look, in all honesty, I actually really love this volume, right? The one thing I don't like is we fell under all the moving averages. Let me draw these lines real quick. Let's draw the top of that. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes a little more sense then. That does. And actually, we probably could have even drawn one more at 50% candle, and that might even explain that right there. Yeah, I'm with this. Okay. So look, it wasn't as much of a hand of God kind of thing. There were some legitimate support lines that came from this big candle and this candle right here, right? This one actually doesn't even touch it, but I'm a little more in line with what, okay, and then this is basically what stopped it. Okay, I'm good with this. This makes a little bit more sense to me. So yeah, look, just get over 250. Literally give me 251, 252. I'll be happy. That'll give us me, and then obviously break the 100 is even better, right? But break the 100 tomorrow, and look, there's so much reason to actually believe this might even come as high as 350. This $3 point is going to be a challenge, right? Getting over these two is going to be no joke. But yeah, break three, and that should be another clean ride. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right here. Where is it? Yeah, 261. Let me know when we're a couple cents over that 8 moving average. And again, going from 261 to like 280, maybe even around here to the 290. Again, I think at that point you might even just wick the three and call it a day, right? But yeah, there could be some nice movement in this stock tomorrow. So again, very easily it could, like I said, come to 38 where the 8 moving average is. Very easily can come a little lower to 228, around 230, which is 50% candle. Obviously, we do not want to talk about the 212 range. But look, I don't know if this is nothing more than it sounds like Starbucks thing and gets a little bit of love from that. But yeah, I've ridden this thing. I can't pretend I haven't. I actually made some money on this stock, right? So maybe that's also playing into a little bit of why I'm probably a little more bullish than I should be, right? But end of the day, nothing's, I think, going to matter until we break this. The best trading will be here. If you can break three and get over that little cluster, from there, we're going to have to draw a line right here. And I think, yeah, you know what? Honestly, let me draw that one, not that one. I think we're basically, yeah, from there, we're just climbing, right? There's not too many more lines from there. So, I'll just put that there. I'm not going to put another one on the top of this because this line is at least 50% of this candle. And more importantly, it's the top of this one. So I do think putting this line here is a little more important than putting it at the top there at 370. There's definitely a good little movement. If you put it at 370, that's at least about a 10% give or take swing. So maybe it's worth it, but I actually do like these lines. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting chart. And again, 3 is the money line, right? So I'll even go 299 because it looks like the 50 is just under that. 297. I'm good with that. Cool. Starbucks. I'll look at the weekly just to see what the weekly has for us. What's this number? So 290 and 270 are going to be some resistances based on that. So 270 is right here. I'm going to draw that one actually. I'm going to draw 270. I want to know because, again, that's good. And then 290, I'm not going to draw because that's in between that, and that makes sense. That's why I said, like, if we break this, I think we'll maybe, like, wick 293, right? Yeah. But this 270, I wouldn't mind having, actually. So, cool. Starbucks. Ear. Okay. From what it sounded like, again, I don't know too much about this thing, but I know that there were some laws that changed about over-the-counter hearing aids. I don't know if this one has some sort of patent or anything like that, but I think when that law changed, it would probably happen right here. There was a nasty spike on this thing, okay? So again, I don't know too much about this company, but what am I doing? I'm zooming out, right? All I'm seeing is a whole mess of trading under the 8 and the 20. Definitely makes a good little run, a lot of gap up and stuff, right? But even after this little moment, a whole mess of trading under the 8 and the 20, right? So just kind of remember what this stock has done in the past. However, literally, we just broke this little doji, this insignificant nothing. So really, this is the one that matters. There is nothing Nothing but red. You know, look, I'm a married man, okay? I can't, nothing is set. I'm not allowed. Nothing is sex. This is as much sexy as I can get away with. And I'm telling you, this is the most beautiful thing I see. This red, 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 red it should fill so quickly, right? Almost to up here, right? It looks like that's pretty much, yeah, exactly right on the line, right? So, and then you saw it as I zoomed out. It's not like there's any things here, right, that I can make any other resistances on. So there really is so much smooth sailing between where we're at and 10. That said, there is zero guarantee that we're going to 10, okay? So just please keep expectations realistic and just keep it one resistance at a time. What do we got to do tomorrow? Look, we got to go forward. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert for 493. Let me know if we get a penny higher. From there, I'm going to set one more at 546, okay? Just a penny over the 20 moving average. I will very much say I'll be more interested at 546 than I would be just a penny over, because again, if the way it should work, if you break the 20, you should at least make your way to the 50, right? And my goodness, going from 5 something to like 8 something, that's a beautiful trade. And one more time, no resistance until 10, right? The only resistance are these moving averages, right? Very nice MACD, very nice RSI, good volume, and really not stupid volume. We didn't see some silliness like this that we knew we were going to drop from. This is actually pretty in line with what we've been at, give or take, right? The jump wasn't stupid. So I like that. I actually think it's repeatable. I actually think we might even see some silliness like this tomorrow potentially, right? So ear is very much well worth watching. But remember, what's the bad that can happen? We can easily come to 58, 57 under or around the 8 moving average. We can easily come just a little lower to probably like 45 or 50, which is roughly 50% candle. If we lose the bottom one, we're just going to keep going down, because where is this stock? The stock's in all-time lows. If we didn't see this monster 18% day, it would have just keep going down. And like, this RSI has been as low as 3 on the weekly. So it could definitely see more pain than the 27 we saw last week, right? So that said, there's a lot of reason to believe we'll at least, again, $7 could be a really realistic target based on the weekly. If we even just wick this 8 on the weekly, hey, for sure. Does that bring us to here? A little under, probably a little closer here. Let me draw it on the weekly just to have it. I'll go a little lower. Okay, just to put a little expectation on what potentially can be in between this and this. And it's actually the top of that, so that kind of makes sense. But again, nothing but red is my favorite thing. So this is a must watch for tomorrow. Hey, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.